Leo. So let's see what is happening for you. Thanatos, that's not a light card. I'm going to read that. Thanatos, we are going through a death and a rebirth when it comes to love, apparently. And it makes sense. Everything piled up in the 8th house. We will be triggered. We will be feeling really deeply. We will be facing all our fears and anxieties when it comes to connections and connecting with somebody. But on the other side of that, it's kind of like a shamanic rebirth. So we feel everything and we kind of kill ourselves a little bit, a part of ourselves on the inside that was fearful of intimacy and that connection, so we can be more open to love and realize like how like short life is, like, and if we keep ourselves closed off for whatever reason to love, you know, we need to kill that part of ourselves, so we end up on the other side with more compassion and wisdom to share to the world, because that's ultimately what we need to do. All right, so who's on Leo's mind? Like, starting off on that deep note, who is on Leo's mind? Someone who, you know, it seems like they're maybe focused on work or moving very slowly. And there's been some disappointment in this connection. And there's been some disappointment where you can't really look on the bright side of things because, you know, it's just moving so slow. So what is their future actions? You know, some sort of balancing. What else is their future actions? And what is their intentions? There's some sort of balancing going on in 2 major arcana cards. So it's like temperance, really a balancing of the physical and the spiritual, and then finding expansion from there. But there's going to be a need to be patient. Like, you got to be patient, they got to be patient, because there's a whole new cycle starting, and the cycle can't really start until, you know, that happens, because there's a lack of like knowing what the long term looks like, you know, what's really soulfully aligned, and you're majorly getting pushed in a soulfully aligned way towards the right connection, with Saturn crossing the North Node, you know, with Neptune, with all that Pisces stuff. Like, soulmate connections want to come in, and we are being pushed in a very solid way towards the right connections, but it's probably going to be more so in like June. So until then, we are going through, you know, just big picture. That's what we're going through. But yeah, what else? Yeah, because it's like the new connection can't come in until you go through this whole like death and rebirth, because you're getting in tune with what you want, your vision, like without the fears. Like, what can you visualize when it comes to your ultimate dream and manifestations, and like, you know, bring in those soulful connections for the long term, because that's really what wants to come in. But what is this person's inner feelings? You know, what is this person in their life right now? What is their inner feelings? They're holding on to some sort of past foundation or closed off their heart. You know, maybe there's a need to kind of, you know, end some sort of karmic cycle. But what are their deep inner world feelings? Yeah, they're avoiding conflict, clashing of differences, incompatibility. What else are they feeling? Yeah, they're just really conflicted. They're conflicted. They're not telling you. They're hot and they're cold. They're like back and they're forth. I'm going to clarify all of this too, because it's so crazy. But clarity is coming, you know. Clarity is coming. So truth and intentions is like coming to you soon. But let me see what else is about their future actions. Future actions is, you know, when this new cycle can start, and when they've released a bunch of worries and fears and stuff that they're really working through right now, then their intention is to really open up their heart in some way. But it seems like they just can't right now, because they're dealing with something else. They're dealing with something heavy. They're working on their own foundation. But yeah, the intention is good. The intention is to open up their heart when they're really sure with where they want to go long term themselves. So how will Leo know who this is? High Priestess, you just know. You have a feeling, you have a knowing. They could be very much in your subconscious, and you're just like, really connected to the energy. But there's also been a lack of communication and them just coming in whenever they want. And yeah, but you know it, you sense it, you feel it. There's like an energetic pull towards this, like, it's a very hidden connection at the same time. Like, not a lot is out there yet because it hasn't had a chance to have a complete breakthrough with clarity. So what is going to be the outcome of this situation? So the outcome of this situation, hello, it's like Two of Cups, soulmate definitely coming in. But yeah, there has to be some patience again, but the Emperor is really showing up for the High Priestess. So that's really, awesome. Like, this is like definitely a soulmate relationship coming in at the right time. Let's get some more clarity though. And this is big, like 3 major arcanas, popping out, 2 Temperance cards. So it looks like the Emperor, is dealing with some other people, other people maybe getting in the way and everything, but ultimately deciding what, he wants. And, the Temperance coming out, yeah, there is still going to be a slowdown and there needs to be patience. But the Temperance has to do with like Trinity energy, like it's union energy. Also Sagittarius could be significant. But divine timing coming in at the right time because the energy can be more solid. But yeah, like the union wants to happen to make, this Queen of Cups, like, happy and everything. Let's clarify a little bit more. Let's see what else for Leo. Like, they want to make you happy. This can be a new, compassionate beginning in love. That looks very magical. Love call. Kind of like hold back. Definitely patience. Don't reach out, at the wrong time, because this transformation definitely needs to happen. And yeah, endings for new beginnings. Like, there has to be a big ending for a new beginning. So there can be like growth and liberation, and you guys like showing up on the other side of this, like free and willing to like, really like open up and everything. I just like asked in my head, like, what do they think about you? They have appreciation for you. They definitely have a lot of appreciation for you. But yeah, there's some sort of karmic feminine that they might have to deal with, that they might have to let go of old world ways of doing things. And it's all about like really tuning into the heart and like you staying in your heart and opening up this up in a whole new massive way that has never opened up like before in your entire life, with doing that deep internal like 8th house work, shadow work, like you've never ever done before, because this magical fated connection wants to come in for you, Leo, and it is big. And like it can only happen if you're really opening up your heart, because you have the key to open up this heart. You have to get into your heart so you know what you need to let go of too, what's heavy. And it might be something, there's a death and a rebirth that has to happen. So it could be like a connection, it could be, some sort of like past family stuff. Like whatever it is, there's a big letting go so you can stabilize your emotions and open up your heart to more this higher love that wants to come in. All right, thank you so much, Leo. If you want a reading, check out my link in bio.